Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to be showcasing my very own Spigot plugin, UltimateShops. UltimateShops is a Spigot plugin which adds the ability for players to create and use slab shops. Simply take a stick and right-click on any slab to be brought to an inventory menu, which allows you to specify an item, buy price, sell price, and quantity per sale. Once you finish making your shop, any player can approach these shops and buy and sell items without any active effort from the shop's owner. The intuitive menus in this plugin can get a player set up with a fully functioning shop in less than a minute, all without commands, although UltimateShops does have plenty for people that like them. And the plugin also suggests prices for common items so that you don't have to specify it yourself, as you might have seen earlier. As you can see, it automatically defaults to 64 for the buy price, 16 for the sell price, and a quantity per transaction of 64, valuing each block at 1. Of course, you can change these values by left and right clicking. So I'm left clicking to increase, right clicking to decrease, and then I can change the rate in which I increase or decrease the values. So I can do 64, and then right click twice to go back to 0. I can make this 128 versus 64 if I wanted, as you can see here. Here's the shop I created on my alt account. This is what it looks like if you're a customer. So I can buy 64 cobblestone for 64, or sell 64 cobblestone for 16. It also tells you how much is in stock, and it translates that to stacks. And then over here, it shows you how much money you have. This item is called the indicator. It shows you who owns the shop, what they're selling, and it describes the transaction. So for example, buy 64 for 64, or 1 each. There's a note from the seller which says, let's do business, but of course you can change this using a command. And then this gives you some more info on the shop. For example, its location in the world and the most recent activity. Of course, to use these shops, all you have to do is click on one of the buttons. So as you can see, I have a whole bunch of cobblestone in my inventory, and I can sell a stack to my alt account for 16. And every time I do so, you can see in the chat, sold 64 cobblestone at VirusCam's shop. Profit 16. Restocking shops through the inventory is pretty easy. All you have to do is open up the vendor menu, and you get the options to deposit, withdraw, change rate, or modify the shop, or view as customer. So of course, modifying the shop gives you a similar menu to before. It allows you to change the buy and sell prices as well as the quantity, and then you can confirm or cancel. So if I wanted to deposit, I just click and it will insert 1, and I can shift to deposit everything. Same goes for withdraw. I can take 1 or shift to take all of it. Or if that's too much work, I can actually click on the shop from the outside, so I can punch it. And as you can see, it inserts the cobblestone. And if I'm too lazy to do that, I can shift and then punch, and it will insert everything. If I'm too lazy to do all of that, I can go over to any chest, right-click it with a stick to open the shop input menu. So through here, I can do the same thing. I click on an item, and it automatically gets sent to any shops that I own in a 32 block radius, which sell that item. And of course, it supports shift clicking. The radius is configurable in the config file, of course, so you can set it to as far a distance as you like. This menu is special because you can insert items of any type. So for example, I have the cobblestone chest over here, can insert all the cobble. And then if I wanted to put dirt in my dirt shop, I could put dirt as well. And I can do cobble at the same time. So I can go here and go back to the chest, insert the dirt, insert the cobblestone. And then if you look, there it is. And then there's all the other cobblestone from the previous example. So it makes it super easy to restock your shops. You don't even have to touch them. As I said earlier, modifying a shop is as simple as a few clicks. Modify, then I can go here, change the rate. Let's say I wanted to be super stingy and make my cobblestone worth 1024. Done. I can view as customer, and you can buy a stack for 1024, just like that. And then I can go back, modify, and it stays where it was. Then let's, for example, decrease it, right? Let's go back to 128 maybe, right? Boom. And then that's done. Of course, modifying a shop doesn't require that you start over like some other plugins. Sign shop. Shops are indestructible. You can't break them using tools, your fists. You can't use explosions. Shops are immune to being pushed by pistons or being pulled by sticky pistons. Shops cannot be lit on fire. Well, they technically can, but they'll never actually disappear. And of course, are immune to creepers. Also, they can't be picked up by Endermen. Another cool feature is that the shop display items have a lot of protections as well. You can't suck them up with hoppers or hopper minecarts. Shop items are also immune to things such as lag clear from clear lag. So all of that being said, how do you remove a shop? Well, it's as simple as right-clicking with a stick, and then you are brought to the Destroy Shop menu, which shows you the shop, and then you can either cancel or destroy. And then your shop is no more. Of course, if you do have a shop and there are items in it, then when you destroy it, you get the items back. As you can see, the process of making and using shops is extremely easy, and it doesn't even require commands. Something else that's pretty neat is that this plugin has support for not only buying and selling regular items, but it can buy and sell anything you can think of, including enchanted items, items with special meta attached to them, stacked items, which actually show up as a stack of multiple items on top of the shop, and as I said earlier, special item meta. So for example, right? So if we go to this shop, which sells white shulker boxes that have one dark prismarine slab inside of them, all I have to do as an admin, I can do /ushop get item. And then it will give me the shop item, even if there's nothing in there. As you can see, there's 0 stock. Of course, it's an admin command. And now, I have a white shulker box with a dark prismarine slab in it. So then I could actually take this item and deposit it. Another fun example of this is an Uber item. This is another plugin I made. And if I were to go in here and withdraw one shooty box, I can open it up and you will see that there are 64 oak saplings, 16 oak logs, and 64 bedrock in there. And this shop can sell that. As is. Of course, if I go over here, the shooty box just shoots items as if it was a handheld dispenser. Pretty neat. So what if you want to do more with your plugin other than just buying and selling items? Well, UShops has got you covered with buying and selling commands. So, let me explain. If we go over here, we can make ourselves a little shop that has a diamond block for the display. Doesn't matter what the item is. Let's make it real expensive. Something like maybe 50,000, right? And then the sell price 12,000. Doesn't really matter. And then we confirm. Of course, we're going to want to set it to admin. So, ushop toggle admin. Now, we can make it so that we can buy a command. So, let's have that command, for example, be God mode. So before we write our command, we are going to want to execute ushop's shop command help. And this will show you all the placeholders that you can use when typing in a shop command. So now with that knowledge, we can do /ushop add buy command, and then we follow it up with any command without the dash. So let's do God customer. Because as you can see, customer gets replaced with the name of the person buying from the shop. You can also replace vendor, world, shop XYZ, and item. So, as you can see here, we have that. Boom! And now our shop can do /God customer when you purchase. Let's be mean as well. If somebody sells, we want to kill them. So, let's do ushop add sell command kill customer. Not the best business strategy, but hey, I'm not here to judge. Boom! Kill customer. So let's give it a test run, shall we? I'm going to go into GM0. Let's log into our shop here. View as customer. And I'm going to buy one diamond block that comes with God mode. God mode enabled. Oh yeah, and of course, if you don't like this, you can actually go into Modify Shop and set the quantity per transaction to 0, so it doesn't give you any items, it just executes the command, but I'm going to keep it as is because I like my diamond blocks. Now let's sell our God mode and see how the shop likes what we have to say. So let's go to View as Customer and Sell. And I died. This system is pretty cool because you can use multiple commands at once. For example, let us do ushop add buy command, and then we are going to do tell customer thank you for your purchase. And then if I were to buy God mode again, and then it says thank you for your purchase. And then of course we can go in ushop add sell command tell customer no refunds, and then if I were to die, no refunds. Managing the commands is also really simple. You can do /ushop list by commands, and it will tell you all the commands you have, and it will index them properly 0 and 1 so that you know what you're dealing with. And then we could do ushop list sell commands, and it will do the same thing. And then what we could do, if we want to directly manage these, we can do /ushop remove by command, and let's say I don't want to say anything in the chat anymore, so then I remove 1, which will remove, and it will tell you in the chat, tell customer thank you for your purchase, blah 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 blah. And then we can do, if we don't want anything to happen, let's say we change our minds, we don't want to kill our customers anymore, we can do /ushop, and then we can do clear sell commands. Boom. So now there are no sell commands, it only toggles God mode, and there's no messages that go with it. Whoops, wrong menu. Modify, wrong menu again. View as customer, buy, and it enables God mode, and then if we sell, nothing happens. So there you go, that's how shop commands work. So it's pretty neat, you can use these shops to give permissions if you like, right? So as one final example, I'm going to make a shop here that costs 70, and you can't sell it. And then I'm going to do /ushop toggle admin /ushop add buy command pex user customer group add VIP. So now, once I buy from this shop, it will allow me to get VIP rank. So here we go. We go to view as customer. Boom. And of course, this doesn't show up in the chat anywhere, but then if I were to do /pex user ThirtyVirus, oh, I don't have permissions. What the? I screenshotted what it looks like in the console when I do that command just to verify that it actually worked. There's also some clever code in the plugin that makes it so that you can only make a shop in areas where you can build. So I made this test region here where my alt account has ownership, but my main account does not. So if I try to build anywhere over this cobble, it will say you can't place blocks here. Additionally, if I try to make a shop on this slab, this will happen. You cannot build in this area. So this makes it so that only people that have permissions to build in a certain area can make shops. This makes it so you are safe to use slabs in your server spawns. You don't have to worry about people making shops off of the top of your buildings or anything crazy like that. And then, of course, if I go just outside the region, then I can make shops again. See? But not when I am inside. As you might have noticed, there are a lot of commands in this plugin, and it could be kind of confusing figuring out what they all do. So for one thing, if you were to type in ushop's help, it will list all of the commands for you. So if you look at the top here, it will show you all the user commands, as you can see here, and then it will show you the staff commands. If you are not staff, it will actually not show you the staff commands, so it makes things less cluttered. And a lot of these are self-explanatory. For example, ushop's list radius and then the radius, right? Just list all the shops that are within whatever you put in there. That makes sense. Ushop's my shops lists all your shops. Again, makes sense. But then if you were to go to something like ushop's purge, purge is a complicated thing. So purging is removing old shops, right? But there's a lot of variables that come into play when purging a shop. So there's a lot more context needed there. /ushops tutorial. When you type this, it brings you to the user manual for the plugin. This book is intended to be a tutorial for people that are users, so not staff. This is for the players of the server. So it says, welcome to Ultimate Shops. This guidebook will show you everything you need to know about UShops. Happy reading. And then it will have all sorts of different pages here. Create a shop, maintain a shop, quick deposit, restock chest, modify, delete. Of course, all of this has already been talked about in the video itself, so I'm not going to spend too much time there. And the other one is UShops admin tutorial. This one teaches you everything you need to know as staff, including purge. So this is how purge works for those of you that are interested. As one final feature before I go, the plugin also has a language file that can be configured so that if you are, for example, running a server that's not English, then you can translate all the messages to fit your server's needs. Well, anyway, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed Ultimate Shops. It was a very difficult plugin to make. It's been several months in the making, and it took even longer to get it approved on Spigot MC for approval, which is why I would greatly appreciate if anybody is interested in this plugin that they buy premium to help support the development of this plugin. The light version limits you to 5 shops so that you can test the features out for yourself, and of course premium comes with the ability to make unlimited shops and the command system. So, I guess that's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.